The weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Today, Week 12 of the NFL season is upon us, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Atlanta Falcons. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled into 20. Carr right away going to look to throw. They'll get this out to Kamara. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
Throwing on first down is Carr. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The two big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. On 3rd down, here's Kamara. That's a strong running. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now. Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. From the left hash, this from 39. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. Well, they started the drive backed up pretty deep, but a nice effort to overcome the field position, get into field goal range on the game's opening possession.
And, Brandon, I think from where they started, the initial thought was, can we get 1 or 2 first downs and help out our defense after we pump the ball away with field position? But as that drive went on, I think their sights got set a little bit higher. They were thinking touchdown, ended up settling in between and coming away with a field goal.
Falcons 1st and 10 here as Ritter gets them ready at their own 19-yard line. Now a first carry here for Robinson. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Well, this defense for the Saints very strong in that victory a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Going play action. Ritter. This ball down the field for Pitts. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it. You can look at the Saints defense. They enter play here number 11, just outside the top 10 in the league in stopping the run.
And that play right there shows exactly why they're so good against the run. Held the line of scrimmage, held the point of attack, and stuffed him for no gain.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Now a man who did his collegiate punting just a couple hours from here in Clemson in South Carolina, Bradley Pinion to kick. On on the return, it's Kamara. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that he spent more time in practice working what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Now Carr. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, obviously searching for their first touchdown this game, partner, and that quick 3 and out, that's not going to achieve that at all. Give Victor to the secondary there. They brought out tight coverage on that 3rd down snap.
And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10.
Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. But they did get helped out by the open week last week. And in talking with them, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step back, evaluate what's been going wrong, see what you can put in that can move you forward. And maybe you get a chance to breathe a little bit and kind of start over.
Ritter throwing on 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. The Falcons at 2-8 now on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they left with an open week felt.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. First and 10, it's Patterson. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 14 yards there on a Falcon 1st down. A much different second drive here, Charles. They go 3 and out the first time. This time they've been able to sustain something downfield.
And that's what often happens. You get the game started. You know, you have to get your footing underneath you. You have to get used to the flow of the game, the speed of the game. And sometimes that first drive is more of a probing drive. It appears they found something here in the second one.
Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. They'll set up to run the quarterback draw. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Back to throw, Ritter. Steps away to his left. And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Koo knocks this one through the post, and that will tie us at 3-3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now there he goes, left side. And this will wind up a Saints first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 3. A give to Kamara running right. Down the right sideline. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is now 10-3. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-3 our score after one here on EA Sports.
Here we go, set.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
Ready?
2nd down throw coming for Ritter. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Ritter to throw it. And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. And instead, it's 4th down. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Kamara now to return. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and that will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 37-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Kamara try the right side, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Tough spot here, 3rd down and 11. Now Carr. That is caught. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field, I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
On play action, now Carr. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
One of the great coaches said football is a really simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Here comes the Saints punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
Let's go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
On play action, here's Ritter. This ball down the field for Pitts. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
He's got his target. That's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A shotgun handoff to Patterson. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Demario Davis there on the stop.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
Yeah, big play there. When you have a running back that you could use like a wide receiver, when he has that kind of versatility, you do as they did there. Get him out of the backfield and give those defensive backs something else to worry about.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. On 2nd down, Ritter. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 2nd down, Kamara. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. To throw, it's Carr. He's got his running back out of the backfield. Now he's loose at the 40. Alvin Kamara. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Saints go up by 2 touchdowns. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 17-3.
17. Falcons 3.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And Patterson not going to return this. It'll come out to the 25. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense. Gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Ritter back to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. First down now, but the clock continues to move. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. First down now, but that clock rolling. Ritter, he wants to change the play here. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Looking end zone for Jones. And that is incomplete.
Well, their first 2 drives only yielded 3 points. They might be thinking it's time to make something happen. Push the ball downfield and try and gain some points that way. Unfortunately, incomplete.
Handoff running left, Patterson. Past the 20. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 with his 7th. 64 yards rushing for him now. He's carried the ball just 5 times. Looking to throw it here. Ritter. That ball is caught. It's London for the Atlanta touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Here's Carr. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Carr. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Carr will try it again on 2nd down. Over the middle into the hands of Michael Thomas. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 12-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And this one is right through. 1st half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. Patterson going to bring this out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the 2nd half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the 1st half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps. But above all, play your game.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good because remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wind up getting good yardage and a 1st down right out of the gate.
That one deep for London. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the 2nd half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their 1st possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
From the gun, it's Carr. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. He lets it go deep for Olave. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Touchdown, New Orleans. Chris Olave, 89 yards. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. No return here for Patterson, so they'll begin things at the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here we go.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
Ready?
Ritter. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And Pitts is going to pick up a Falcons first down as the tackle going to be made up at the 37.
Set.
Robinson up the middle. Powering forward. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 44 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Ready.
Ritter off the play fake. That one deep for London. That is incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Set. Hut.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Ready.
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Ritter from the gun. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 31-yard line. Here's Ritter. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
He will push his way down to about the 14. On the stop there defensively, Marcus May with the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Ready?
Ritter with it after the play fake. Sliding out of the pocket. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Jonnu Smith, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are able to cut into that deficit. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. Oh, good-looking return set up here. He's past the 30. He might score. And finally, he goes out of bounds just 10 yards shy of the end zone. A spectacular return.
Similar to golf, you never want to count a score before it actually happens, but you have to figure. They thought they were going to get 6 on that play. Great effort to keep him out of the end zone, but a big-time return.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Kamara up the middle. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 16 on the season. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Off the play fake, it's Ritter. And incomplete on the deep ball.
An attempt at a deep ball there, they didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Ritter will set up to throw it. And this is incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Black shot.
Looking to throw once more. Here's Ritter. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Ritter on the 4th down try. Buying time to his left. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 77 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Carr. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards, good for his Saints' 1st down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Into the hands of Perry, complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a second and just a few inches left. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So not quite a first and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. A give. This is Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Brought down back at the 11-yard line.
Shotgun now for Carr. Touchdown, Saints. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Saints are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. And now it's blocked. It's picked up, a live ball here, remember. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Well, times have definitely changed on the PAT, on the extra point, haven't they? A lot more effort goes into this play from both sides.
Yeah, because let's face it, a lot of time on extra points, the effort is not what it is when you're trying to block a field goal.
No doubt about it. And before, when the ball was snapped on the 2-yard line, it was really a virtual chip shot. Now everyone believes they can get to it and knock it away, and we know how crucial every point is. So the defensive guys, they spent a lot more time trying to get that done, which means there's more pressure on the offensive guys trying to kick it.
Fighting his way through contact, and he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down. It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively, because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball. But the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
And the offense moving quickly to the line. Ritter going to change it up.
At their 49-yard line.
Red, cycle. Set, go.
2nd and 5. Right back to Pitts again. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. On play action, here's Ritter. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
To the air again, it's Ritter. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Saints are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. Big Calais Campbell fighting through to make the play in the backfield. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. Pulled in at the 24. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And it will be Falcon football.
At their own 32-yard line.
Come on, set.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 64 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. A Ritter's throw taken in by London. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. That'll give them 8 that time, and they'll be left with second and a couple.
Claws red.
Ritter back to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll run with Patterson. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Well, looks like they'll move things around here. Back to throw, Ritter. This to Pitts, and he's got him. Touchdown, Atlanta. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Falcons get a bit closer. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Ritter will throw for it. Escaping the pressure right. It's complete. And he'll get in for the score. And that's going to cut the lead down to 13. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure. But that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready. Because you may need multiples throughout a ball game. There's a great example right there.
Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. So third down, and the Falcons going with a dime, 6 defensive backs. They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. A first down carry now for Miller. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Big tackle for loss by D'Angelo Malone. Just an excellent play. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. They'll run it again with Miller. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Carr going to throw. And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up fourth down. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down. But don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Going play action. Ritter. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. And they get 17 more on that one and another first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Ritter looking to throw on 1st and 10. Over the middle, caught by London. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And quickly they get to the line. Ritter on 1st and 10. Then his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Lonnie Johnson picks it, and the Saints are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is,